Well, that didn't go according to plan. Up, Whatty Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Hunter x Hunter chapter 386. So, last chapter of Hunter x Hunter, Theta attempted to assassinate Prince Seradich, and yeah, that Nembeast wasn't having it. That Nembeast was freaky, man. And we learned more about Seradich's Nembeast ability, and it like marks you with a scar when you lie, which is just freaking nuts. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to this chapter and see what happens next. The canceled death. There's no blood traces, and there's no luminol reaction on you either. I see. And this chapter is titled Hypothesis. The conclusion I've come to is that you didn't shoot the prince. So then, are you saying that wasn't reality? All that blood splattered, all that blood splattered out of the prince's head, and all over the floor. As he laid there, his mouth and fingers were still twitching, and I could hear the croaking from his throat, but indeed, the prince was still alive, so what I, thought I saw wasn't, so then what I thought I saw wasn't reality. So then that was an illusion that the prince was showing me? But it's a fact that I had a gun and that I did shoot it. So then just how far does the truth go? Where does the truth end? And where did the illusion begin? Give me a little bit of time. I'm going to think things over. Sorry, hold on a second. I lost my spot for a second. I'm going to think things over. Good morning. So now we're on the 9th day, Deck 2, Justice Administration Office. Were you able to get any sleep? Here. How much longer until I can go back to my bodyguard duty? Who knows? That depends on how much you cooperate. According to his will, the current conclusion we've arrived at is the Hunter Keeney acted alone to try and help the two princes escape. But I've also been considering other possibilities. Many of the other princes were so moved by your performance, and they were drawn back to their own rooms. I wonder if any, I wonder if any among them might be thinking of the same idea that I am. I see. I'm being restrained here in order to protect me from the dangerous princes. First, would you tell me the details of your movements and actions of the day? Sorry, let me fucking read this. First, would you tell me the details of your movements and actions on the day of the incident? Afterwards, I'll have various questions for you. It seems it's true that the Justice Department has made themselves independent from the royalty. What about Prince Kacho and Fugetsu? I'm also having them come here in order to question them as well. Apparently, the Hunter Keeney forced them into this little escape plan of his, but apart from his will, there's no other evidence that dispels any of the doubts that the two princes actually wanted the escape to happen themselves. But since we haven't found any proof on the contrary, proving that will be difficult, but I have a rather persistent personality, so I'm going to go over all the facts and question you all many times. Thank you. I'm going to use this time. I've got to think of what to do next. This is, his pulse is stable, and there are no irregularities with his brainwaves, so now we're moving on to a different scene here. Going off just the numerical data, this would likely be a state of sleep. In other words, Sumadori has been possessed by Shikaku's soul? What? Yes, but from a sense perspective, nothing has changed with his body. Then what has happened to the consciousness of Shikaku, the first prince's private soldier? Perhaps it's swapped with him, or perhaps it's flown off somewhere, or perhaps they're residing in the same vessel. Let's test that theory. And I see what you did here with the title of this chapter, Dagashi. If I shot a target with my bow and arrow, someone from among us will have their soul transferred into into A and control them. If that happens, then what happens to A or Shikaku's will, his soul? There are 4 possibilities. So there's one, and I love the drawing here. So you got the arrow, you got the attack, then there's the A, and there's Shikaku, and then there's our men up there with all these circles and random, and then Sumidori possessed by Shikaku A, and then like there's the arrow, and then what happens to Shikaku's soul? There's 4 options. There's 1, there's death destroyed. 2, swaps places into Sumidori's body. 3, inhabits Shikaku's body, or 4, moved somewhere else or to someone else. Ooh, that would be really trippy. As of the current point, we have no evidence to support or disprove any of these 4 theories. If we take theory 3, for instance, and assume that Shikaku's soul remains within this body, then at this point in time, Shikaku's personality and characteristics have pushed Sumidori out, and his consciousness is in a dormant state. It would be difficult to test or prove 1 or 4, but as far as proving 2, if any changes occur within his brainwaves, then we can prove then we can prove that someone had entered Sumidori's body. Let's see. Let's test that. Ooh, here we go. After speaking with Father, I've accepted my fate and have steeled my resolve. Immediately after this ability awoke within me. I believe that this is an ability for me to survive and win the succession war with. So please listen carefully to my hypothesis and take it to heart. Ooh, here we go. And there's... Dude, the fish, like, I gotta give props to the character designs for like the creatures that Togashi has been doing lately. Like, they look so freaking cool. And I'm not just talking about like the Nen beasts and stuff. I'm talking about like the fish, like look at these dolphins. They look so freaking cool. Here we go. Let's keep going. I see, we can think of it in 12 parts. Of course, these are merely my intuitive theories with no solid knowledge on the workings and mechanics of Nen abilities, so if possible, I would get information from a Nen specialist to back my theory. But for this, I will absolutely require the ability to check and confirm Nen abilities. Sumidori, can you do this for me? Yes, I'd be glad to. Thank you. So now we're in room 1007. It's back. What is? That rumbling aura. It's coming from next door. Is it Ninth Prince Halkenberg? Yes, I don't know what ability it is, but it's definitely bad news. And there's a ring at the door. There's a ding-dong. Stay there, Your Highness. Who's there? It's First Prince Benjamin's private army. I haven't heard anything about this. Ask him what he wants. State your business. Long live Prince Benjamin. Oh my god, he just killed himself! Oh my god! What is the matter? There was a gunshot from the corridor. It was probably the First Prince's private soldier. Hey, Rice, what happened outside? He just shot himself in the head! The rumbling has stopped. What the hell is going on? Prince Benjamin Shikaku has committed suicide. Without a doubt, it seems to be through someone's ability from Ninth Prince Halkenberg's camp. Dude, that is insane. Halkenberg. It seems he's suddenly become a person of importance. Yes, at the present moment, he may be the most dangerous man now. Damn straight! Halkenberg, my man! Wow! Summon Kanjiro back from room 1007. Have him recall to us all the details of everything leading up to the event. Prince Halkenberg, what is your affiliation and ID number? Here's my baby Kurapika! I missed you! Oh, I'm very tempted to buy a Kurapika plushie because, for those of you that haven't noticed, I've been back on a little bit of a plushie binge. I've actually finding some good deals on plushies, and I have found a Kurapika plushie, and it would cost me a little bit. It's kind of like my baby up there, my Natsume up there, so I wouldn't be able to take it out of the bag. But it is cute, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not, but we'll see. It was over there, wasn't it? It definitely wasn't on that the even number side. I think it was around the 55 or 5S. I think it's 55. Yeah, 55. or 975s, whatever. Can we exclude third Prince Zhang Lei? The possibility is not zero, but it wasn't the aura of the third Prince's guardian spirit beast. As for the people that can't sense Net at all, they're just going to have to take him at his word. He's definitely very much cautious and on his guard, but is he really that dangerous? A massive amount of energy seemed explosive and then suddenly disappeared. There are phenomena that often occur when an emitter uses their ability. Passing through a physical or obstacle or wall should not be difficult for an emitter's attack. Who is attacking and with what kind of ability? The most dangerous thing of all is the fact that these are still unknown. That may be so, but there's only 1 week left. Everyone's beginning to have reservations about continuing this same training. They're doubting whether they will really be able to learn Nen through this. I plan to move on to the next stage tomorrow. Indeed, he's right. Perhaps it's time to begin. Whoa! The color of the water changed, and the leaf is spinning? But is this an ability? That shows that my ability is a specialist type. This is known as the water divination ceremony, and it's a method of discerning your Nen abilities type. If you cannot generate enough aura, you will not be able to test yourself this way. But there have been several members that seem to be capable, like Eolus. Huh? You're the most capable of learning. Give it a try. Oh, okay. He's good. By choosing someone unexpected like her, he's able to appeal to them, showing that Nen does not discriminate against sex or body type. It will dispel the hostility from these muscle-headed morons, and they will hop back into the training with renewed passion. But your abilities type is normally something that you mustn't ever let anyone else find out. It is top secret. It doesn't matter quite as much for me as my typing is a specialist, which doesn't give any information as to what my ability may be. Once you learn your opponent's type, you can gain insight and forecast on all his future actions. It's the same level as knowing what someone's going to throw in rock, paper, scissors before they do it. Just understand it is a serious disadvantage. Because of that, we will be conducting this divination in a separate room so that others will not find out your typing. Who will be watching over it? Only Billy and me. I can't comprehend that at all. If you're in a sealed off room, then there's no way for us to know if you're really doing the divination or not, right? Besides, if you just tell us how exactly the divination works and how to do it, then we won't need you watching over at all. Well, strictly speaking, you're right. But there's something I want to make clear. In order for you to acquire Nen abilities in this super short time of 2 weeks as promised, I will need to support you all in with different methods in accordance with your Nen type. Therefore, I will not back down from my requirement that Bill and I are watching over the process. I said it didn't matter as much for you all finding out my Nen type, but comparatively speaking, I'm also undertaking a considerable risk. Therefore, getting information on all your types on all of your types as compensation is a privilege that I must insist on. Let's see. To put it more clearly, we are in charge of protecting the young 14th Prince Wobble, and thus we have only one reason that we would be teaching all of you Nen, information and raising that fighting ability of the lower-ranked prince's security to better match the upper princes that would bring the situation to a stalemate and draw it out. Therefore, the notion that we would be the ones to inflict or instigate harm against you is complete and utter nonsense. If you cannot accept the situation, then you could just stop here. That's fine by me. Kurapika ain't taking shit. Wow, he's really letting loose and speaking his mind. It's rather refreshing. I'm sure he's mostly anticipated all of this. Yes, he has. Muppet is smart. But it resulted in us gaining the knowledge that Kurapika is a specialist. Should we swap out with Leon? Leon's ability should be used to exterminate the prince's guardian spirit beast. He finished the 8th prince Sail and now has begun surveillance of 5th prince Tubepa, right? It seems Tubepa's nature has been getting the best of him, and he's being overly cautious and not showing himself at all. Looking at the fact that Prince Tubepa's guardian beast movements have been sealed, I'd say he's been pretty busy getting his job done. That just sounds like excuses you're making for yourself. What happened to your analyst of 14th Prince Wobble's guardian beast? Hadn't you planned to give your report yesterday? Well, it hadn't shown himself at all, so there's nothing I can do about it. Its host is either too young, or maybe it's a counterattack type, or maybe some other reason altogether. there's still 1 week of the voyage left. We're still not at the point where we have to instigate anything. Well, this has been very educational. A perfect example of strategic patience. So now we're at room 1004. Huh? You're already up to applying the 4 major principles? Yes, all that's left now is to increase the speed of my Zetsu. What? He's only been at this for 1 week. My goal is to do this as fast as I can blink, but in my current state, it could take a bit of time. He didn't even have his Nem forcibly awakened. He did this on his own. He's learned all this with his own skill? Then what should I do? Measure how long it takes for me to close and then open my eyes. Once I'm past 1 second, have a match with me. What in the world has he done? And what does he know? He's also intuitively realized that after reaching a certain level to progress further, you require actual battle experience. Trying to buy time against this prince will be considerably difficult. Understood. By the way, recently I've been surprised at the changes in my own state of mind. I just find two-faced women so cute. Oh! Oh! So you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? Sandwich is coming after Theta. He is coming after Theta. I'm telling you, he's either gonna murder Theta or blackmail Theta, but I'm leaning towards murder. I'm leaning towards, he's gonna kill Theta. Theta's gonna die. Flat out. Theta's dying. Calling this shit now. Or well, she's gonna die either right away or Saradich is gonna test his Nen abilities more on her. Very curious what you guys think. But anyway, this chapter was really interesting. I'm really, really loving the Ninth Prince's ability. God, that is really cool. And I'm liking that Tagashi is kind of giving us an update on what's going on. I'm still I want to see my spiders. I know we saw them briefly, but I want to see more of my spiders, man. I need my spiders, yo. Why are you giving them to me, man? I want Hisoka to show up already, Jesus. I just want Hisoka, is Hisoka not just gonna, is he just not gonna show up until the last week of the trip? What the fuck? I just want my boy Hisoka to show up already. I just want that shit to happen. But we'll see, we'll have to wait and see. Man, this shit is getting real. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys thought of this chapter, what you guys think is going to happen, especially with Saradich and with especially Benjamin is definitely making his move now. Shit, what Ninth Prince did, woo! Having his soldier basically commit suicide, that was having Benjamin's soldier commit suicide like that was fucking nuts. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to my channel expansion, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, purchase something on my Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, friend me on PlayStation Network, that's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later.